Welcome back to our trainings. I hope you had a wonderful 2 week time since our last training. I am checking you are having the proper sound so you can hear me. Uh, hello, hello. Do we have any sound there? Let's check it. Okay. Yes, hello. It seems. Let me check it. Hello, hi. Actually, today is our last training prior to summer holidays. So just let me check it. There we go. Hello. Hi. Okay, so I've been told we have been heard. Just uh, a quick moment. So, oh, now I'm calm because I heard myself back there. So, as mentioned in the description of the video and also in the poster you have describing our technical training today we are heading with the logs. The logs are these files that will tell us the state of the system if some issue happened with the building that might affect our PAVA system, and also if we run some emergencies throughout the staying and the performance of the system over the building, over the airport, over the hotel, over the mall. We are working there. These kind of supervision texts or documents are mandatory under the EN54 legal framework. So actually, it is not that we just want to have the highest quality as possible and we want to offer you the deepest coverage of the system, but actually this is needed for the legal framework and therefore to somehow increase the safety of the system. As you know, we have lots and lots of different devices. We have Neo Plus units, we have Neo Plus extensions, we have EVAC CLOUD, we have NEXO, we have 1500 PAV systems, being 1500 one of the most compact systems in the current market, and all of them are able to track them down. How do they work and how do they release or how do they rely, sorry, on the safety and then the tracking of the system. So today in this training we are about to cover how to reach those texts, to manage and to understand in a sort of temporal framework how the PAVA dealt with the situations happening over it, and then how the approach to these documents is going to be somehow similar and somehow different. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to show you how to reach your logs when you are dealing with a 1500 unit, and then just to show it to you that I'm going to share with you a short video we recorded a few moments ago that we hope it might be useful for you. So here we have our video, and you know that in 1500 we only have the control board we have here in the upper section, sorry, in the upper section, and then we have a USB port. In that USB port, you need to plug in a USB file, USB flash unit formatted in FAT32. Okay, so once you have this USB flash drive in FAT32 standard, then you just need to plug it in. Just let me play it for you, and I will be telling you on the go how the process goes. If I can find the mouse, we are working today with these two screens. So we just plugged in the USB, and then we go to the frontal board and we look for the sys monitor option. Then we just look again, sys monitor. We have then all the logs we can get access to. And if we go into the configuration, we can export them on the USB flash drive. So we just press OK, and we just transfer those logs into the device. The same procedure can be used if you export the configuration of your system and then you just want to reply it over other 1.500 units you want to connect. The same is carried out when you want to upgrade the firmware version of your device. And actually, lots of the communications between the 1.500 and then the upgrading comes through the USB flash. So the way of working is as simple as you have seen there. It's quite handy. What do you get when you make this exportation of logs into your USB flash drive? What you get, if I can share it with you swiftly, is the following folder. There we go. Here you have, actually, I just gathered the video and the folder. But if you go to that 01, the name it's given by 1.500 to your flash drive, you have here the folder for the logs, and you have here lots of binaries and then texts regarding the logs that you saved from the system. Actually, yes, you are seeing them here, and we can just open one of them. For instance, the log of emergencies. Just a moment, I will share it with you, so you can have access to the file, to the format it gets. There we go. Welcome to the programming of the 90s. Just to deal with a sort of simpler documents, you have there the emergency log. Interesting information you will get from any one of the logs. You will have there the release date or the date stated into the device, and most importantly, the serial number of the device. If you whatsoever are going to reach support, or you are dealing with with our colleagues at the sales department or at the project department, one of the most important piece of information you want to share with them is the serial number of the unit, because we can then track them into our own ERP systems and then see when was it made, and then we can track it down for any situation you might be facing with regarding the unit that you got affected. Since this is our training 1.500 unit, the dates are not the ones we are dealing today, so that's why you're having this delay into the list of events. And you have there the release of the emergency state, the functionalities of the microphone, eMic off, eMic on, telling us that we use the microphone on the panel, or if you used the PTT, the microphone, when you were having a VA situation. So these are all the little by little steps that were carried out by the unit when in an emergency situation. Okay, so the same sort of text, the same sort of file is what we're going to get when we are navigating through the rest of devices. I just wanted to show you how to make it with 1.500. For 1.500, it is not, for the moment, available to be reached by the internet or by any other app. So you have to deal with them using a USB flash drive and then dealing with the documentation referred on the system. Okay? Let me remind you, we have courses on LDA Academy regarding how to make the commissioning and maintenance of systems based on 1.500. And this part is also explained there. So you will feel free to get again back into the comments we made. Now we are moving to how to deal with the logs from NeoPlus, EVAC CLOUD, and NEXO units. For that, we are about to work with a system, which is the one we have here, that already has an EVAC CLOUD solution. With this EVAC CLOUD solution, we will be able to get to the logs of each one of the devices with no need of our classical friend, the cable. We are we are losing them from these part of the operation. Of course, you can still connect each one of your devices to your PC and then extract the logs by a physical connection. But with the tool we are about to work with, EVAC CLOUD, you will get to each one of the units and then extract the information just with an internet connection, okay? So let's get hands-on. We are about to start sharing this part, and let's go into the software. If I can share the window. We have here, there we go. I am not going to, again, repeat how to make the connection with the EVAC CLOUD software, for actually, you already saw it in previous trainings we had in last year and actually in this first term. But as a quick version, we have our EVAC CLOUD device, which is connected to the internet at one side and to the NEO Plus system into the other, and then with the rest of devices. And once this configuration is made, which is actually made, we can then get access to the EVAC CLOUD device as a sort of portal to the rest of devices within the NEO Plus PAVA system. In this case, we have our EVAC CLOUD unit that is directly plugged in with several NEO Plus main units, backup units, and extension units. And also, it has a NEXO unit that you can see there on the table. We have in the in the whole software. I see. Okay, the shot is not that bad. So if we move here, we can then decide to what do we want to access. If we consider the left column we have here system name, training room 1, sala de formación 1. The state of the connection, it is connected. So our EVAC CLOUD unit is connected, both the system and the internet. We have the serial number, the device model, other suitable information, and then we have access to the core configuration web. This solution was provided by my colleagues at the software development department, and then they have made a browser solution that can get access to the device for both configuration and other stuff without requiring the installation of another software. So actually, the multi-platform you are having here is quite powerful. Then we go into the website, and then I will show you what we can see. There we go. This is what you get when you open the core configuration website. And among the rest of the windows we already discussed in previous trainings, we have here the one for the logs. We then show the logs. Okay, and then we can reach to get, similarly to what we see we saw in 1500, we have there the full report of functionalities of the device. In this case, and for the moment, we would just need to select and copy all the reports and then paste them over that .txt software. It can be both the notebook, or it can be any other platform you might be working with. And then you can save the logs in that .txt extension through that software. So you just need to copy and paste them and then save them to see how the EVAC CLOUD, again, the EVAC CLOUD device is working through the system, and then if it faced some issues with the connection to the internet or with the connection with the devices that you as commissioners, as maintainers of the system, might need to track down. So we already covered how to deal with logs in 1500 and how to deal with logs with the EVAC CLOUD devices. Let me remind you, we always have a chat here on your right side where you can state your questions and you can leave the comments you might want through the mission of this training. Then we are coming back to EVAC CLOUD Connect to reach the connection with the NEXO unit we are dealing with, okay? So I will change again. And we are back. We have here our discovered devices. Let me tell you once again, when you are having an EVAC Cloud connector or an EVAC Cloud device, you are not only seeing LDA devices. If anything else is being shared in the same network with the same IP address and range, the functionality of the Discover tool made by LDA will tell you any other IP-based devices within the system. So actually, the tool that you are being seen here is quite powerful, not only for the connection with your own PAVA devices, but also with other servers, other audio sources, other monitors that you want to run over the system to ensure the safety of it. So, as we showed in previous trainings, we have here the connection to NEXO, and then we have here the port we want to make the connection with. We have here the connection port, and if we right-click over the connection port, we will be able to make a connection endpoint copy to reach the NEXO device we have into our Neo Plus system. We make the copy, and then we were able to make the connection with our NEXO device that I am about to show you right now. Wait a moment. There we go. Actually, let's disconnect, and we can just come here and then copy. We just need to click and then copy the code, and we can connect and reach our NEXO system. Let's see if you can see it proper. Okay, so we are having there, it's faulty, but it's faulty due to a misconnection. I need to check when I am updating the system. There, we have here many functionalities, and one of them is the log viewer. Then logs are retrieved to the device. Let me check if you are seeing it proper. And we have here three options. We have the option for read log. So actually, we are telling the device to read itself if it has new logs to download. We can export the logs to file or clear the log if you just want to erase the information because we just moved the NEXO into another system and we just need to start over. So if we just go into the device and we click on export log to file, I don't know if you are seeing the window. You're not seeing the window, but what you have there, actually, what you have there, just not to make a blurry of many windows, it's the classical windows for saving the information, for saving the document. Let's try. So there we go. Oh, okay. You're not seeing it. Oof, it would be too blurry. Yeah, I think I will remain conservative, and I will tell you that you get access to the window where you can save this this data to your own PC. But we just were in our desk with our computer, no physical direct connection to the system. So again, the power of EVAC Cloud was demonstrated. And then between the many interesting information we can get from NEXO, we can get the state of the system, if the domain numbers were the same, if the microphones were plugged in, plugged out, and then if there were any issues with the bus axis over the Nexus into the Axinet network. So reaching NEXO through EVAC Cloud is quite useful when you need to manage all the PA microphones and all the VA panels into the system. Then let's go into the final part of this training. We already saw, how to deal with 1-500 logs, how to deal with the EVAC Cloud logs, and then how to deal with the NEXO logs. Let's move into the Neo or Neo Plus, mostly Neo Plus, log management. Both carried out by another software. Now we are moving into NEO Configurator. In NEO Configurator, we will be able to reach the logs. So let's see it clear here. There we go. I will open again. And actually, just to show you the whole process, I think we are moving to a full screen so you can get the whole picture completely. Okay, then we are just closing here, closing again. Okay, so let's give it a try. There we go. So you have there my current screen. So that's why I'm always joyful here, because I have my Lego pieces there. But you just need to go into the Neo Plus system with Neo Configurator version 3.3. There are two ways you can access the system. The first one is the classical one, default 1234 as password, and then you would get access if you were physically connected to your PAVA system. In the case you have an EVAC Cloud unit connected to your PAVA system, and then just from your desk were able to reach it, you just need to get into this box you have here, your user and your password you got from the EVAC Cloud management that you carried out with my colleagues at sales. In this case, myself, I made a user, an administrator, that can get access to the devices. So I'm about to tap in my email address, or the email address I use for this purpose, and the password. And then I will get access to the Neo Plus device. So, thank you, Antonio. It's always great to have some interactions. And let's dive into our Neo Plus connection. So we go, then I use this general email address. I have here my login. And then I have here the Discover tool to reach the system within the connection through the internet. I have here my own EVAC Cloud, my own device, and then I connect through it. We are just connecting to the system, and then we are just moving from the PC to our EVAC Cloud. And now to the PAVA system. And as usual, I search for devices. And since the IP range of my EVAC Cloud is the same one as the IP of the whole Neo Plus system, I can get access to all the devices. In this case, I will import the system by the unit I already know. It's the main Neo Plus unit. I import it. Remember, if you want to get more insights on how to run the commissioning of the system, we have many videos in our LDA Academy website explaining how to make the connections between the Neo Plus units into the whole PAVA system. Then we close it, and we have here the AXINET available devices, the controller unit and the backup unit, the extensions, and all the devices we just configured some days ago. But for the moment, we just want to reach the logs. So again, we have many options, but the fastest one would be going to the main unit. And then you have here in the column for the configuration, we have here the access to the logs. And you can see there all the logs you can get access to. And actually, we have here the general management of logs if we just click on the system devices. Then if you just click on each one of these buttons that say view, For instance, we have here the fault log file of the main unit. Perhaps I just took a single speaker and just connected it to an output of 100 volts, actually making the system a quite low impedance one, and perhaps I could have created a fault into the system because I damaged the amplificators for the tremendous amount of power required over the line. Perhaps, please, please, please. The lines are very important, very, very important. So please, always pay attention to the connection of the speakers. Please, please, please. Anyway, if any issue happened during the commissioning and then some issues with the speakers might have been found, we're just going to go into the fault logs, and similarly, as you saw in the NEXO configurator tool, you can then get access to all the logs into the system. And as usual, you can go into save, and again, you can save a text file solution for the information you might want to share with your own support supplier. Again, these files, as you saw in Neo, and actually let's give it a try so we can. I'm going to save it here in logs from one, so it's not logs. Let's say log FLT Neo Plus, just to give it a number. We save it, and just to show you, to show the format of the document. Okay, you are seeing it there. We just click it, and again we have a full report on the serial number of the unit, the version of the firmware that it's been installed within the system, and other issues such as placement of it. So some of the configuration modifications we made into our website, sorry, into our software when we run the commissioning of the system can be saved here into the logs. In this case, you are seeing a fault log telling you if something happened, if there was an open circuit over the line, if there is an issue with the amplificators. The system reports you what's going on, so then you can try run some diagnostics over the system. Please always consider making consultations to my colleagues at the support department. I will give you here support at LDA/audiotech.com. Then you have here the email address for my colleagues if you want to make any comments or any consultations over the topic. And this is how you get the logs from the Neo Plus or Neo systems. Actually, EVAC CLOUD is retroactive, so it can be also worked upon another Neo units. And again, we close it, and we have here all the access to the main units. Just to remind you, if you were having any sorts of issues regarding the connections at AXI, those would be referred into the reports into the Neo Plus system. Okay, so just to finish, before you take your swimsuits, your sun cream, and your goggles, and then you are moving to the swimming pool or the wonderful seaside we have here in Malaga, a short wrap-up. We checked how to deal with logs in 1500. We checked how to deal with logs with EVAC CLOUD, the device itself. We reviewed how to make a connection using EVAC CLOUD Connect and reaching NEXO devices to reach if something happened or there was an emergency where NEXO was involved, and then how to extract the logs. And finally, this is what or how you can get the logs from Neo Plus or Neo based PAVA systems by the connection between EVAC Cloud and your user to the system. Let me remind you once again, and I will share with you the link here. You have always available the LDA Academy project, where you can get courses, access to other webinars we hosted here previously, and and many interesting documents and information coming from the LDA. Actually, let me share it with you again. The section worked by my colleagues at support, where you have access to all the technical and interesting documentation for your commissioning and maintenance operations for your PAVA systems. That was all. We are taking a break and coming back in I think it's the second week of September. So please, while we are away, since we know that you are fans of our webinars and you cannot live without them, we offer you the chance to check them again into our LDA Academy site, and with some short browsing, you will get to our previous trainings and open webinars for you and your partners and your commissioners and installers. It was a pleasure hosting these trainings for you for the moment. We are taking, I think, a well-deserved rest, and see you on September. Enjoy August and see you around. Remember, we're just always one email away, and we are LDA. We create PAV systems that save lives. Bye.